You are here, moving in our midst. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you. I worship you. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. You are here, touching every heart. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, healing every heart. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, mending every heart. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, turning lives around. I worship you. I worship you. And we sing, Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. 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 That is who you are.
Waymaker, miracle worker, waymaker, miracle worker, waymaker, miracle worker, waymaker. Everybody say,
Waymaker, miracle worker, waymaker, miracle worker, waymaker, miracle worker, waymaker, miracle worker.
Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I can't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop working.
Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I can't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I can't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop working. He never stops working. He never stops working. He never stops working. He never stops working. He never
Blessed be your name in the land that is plentiful, where your streams of abundance flow. Blessed be your name. Blessed be your name when I'm found in a desert place, though I walk through the wilderness. Blessed be your name. Every blessing you pour out, I'll turn back to praise. When the darkness closes in, Lord, still I will say, blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name. Blessed be your name when the sun's shining down on me, when the world's all as it should be. Blessed be your name. Blessed be your name on the road marked with suffering, though there's pain in the offering. Blessed be your name. Every blessing you pour out, I'll turn back to praise. When the darkness closes in, Lord, still I will say, blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name. You give and take away. You give and take away. And my heart will choose to say, Lord, blessed be your name. You give and take away. You give and take away. And my heart will choose to say, Lord, blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name. You give and take away. You give and take away, and my heart will choose to say, Lord, blessed be your name. You give and take away. You give and take away, and my heart will choose to say, Lord, blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name
Good morning and welcome to the Greater Philadelphia Church of Christ, our online service. My name is Chip Mitchell. I serve as one of the evangelists here in the Greater Philadelphia Church of Christ. And today we're going to jump into the Word of God. We're going to be inspired, encouraged, uplifted, catching God's vision for His church. Today's sermon is entitled, Built for Family. In Acts chapter 26, we come in a very challenging situation. The Apostle Paul is arrested. You read from chapters 21 all the way through 26. He's arrested and he's on trial. And they're making some strong accusations about who he is, his conduct, and the challenges that he is bringing to the whole Roman Empire. In Acts chapter 26, it's coming to a head. Paul has appealed to go to Rome to speak to the emperor. Whoa! He's going to stand before the emperor and give his defense. But before he gets there, Festus, the Roman governor, has to come up with what are the charges. And he's having a difficult time coming up with the charges because he's seeing that this has something to do with their religion within Judaism. And so now King Agrippa has come, and he's come with all his pomp and glory, a parade of folks. You've got city prominent officials that are all there, that are Gentiles. You've got Festus, the Roman governor, he's there. And then you bring out Paul, who's in chains. He's been in prison for over 2 years, raggedy. It's not like he's got a wardrobe, unclean, unkept. And now he's standing before the king, the governor, city officials, and the Sanhedrin. And they want him dead. It's not about, oh, you're going to go on probation, stop doing what you're doing, you're going to get a ticket. No, they have deemed him not worthy of life. And so Paul is finally given his opportunity to give his defense. And so in Acts chapter 26, there in verse 1, it says, so Paul motioned with his hand and began his defense. King Agrippa, I consider myself fortunate to stand before you today as I make my defense against all the accusations of the Jews, and especially so because you are well acquainted with all the Jewish customs and controversies. Therefore, I beg you to listen to me patiently. Verse 4. This is a powerful statement he's about to make and will be the real premise of our message today. It says, the Jewish people all know the way I have lived ever since I was a child. From the beginning of my life in my own country and also in Jerusalem. Acts chapter 26, verse 4 is a very powerful moment because Paul is stating his defense. And this is imperative because in him giving his defense, you would think, well, what are you going to come up with? Why should we not kill you? And the first thing he talks about is, you all knew my way of life. Wow. And notice what he says. Since I was a child, from the beginning of my life. Paul is able to make a pretty bold statement to a very large crowd that they can't deny that he came up as a child being known. What does that say about God's intended purpose? God intended family. Paul is able to, of all the things you'd be thinking about if somebody wants you dead, you'd come up with a number of things, but what he's able to talk about was very clear. And what was it? That you knew me as a child. What does that say about that community? It was family. Paul standing before King Agrippa, he reflects on his lifetime of faith, character shaped how? In community. He says, everyone knows how I lived from my childhood. They knew him as a kid. We were never meant to follow God alone. We were made to be built in family. Far too often we miss this point. My first point today, Paul's life was shaped in community from the beginning. Acts chapter 26, verse 4 reveals something very personal. Paul had a community of people who watched him grow. From Tarsus to Jerusalem, his life was intertwined with others, with teachers, elders, peers, other families. God doesn't raise spiritual giants in isolation. Even Saul the Pharisee was shaped by whom? His faithful community. Our lives, our faith, our journeys are not supposed to be private. They are meant to be witnessed, shaped, and shared within a spiritual community. As a church, we are to be intertwined with each other, not because we attend the same Sunday building, but because we are family. Dr. James Dobson, founder of Focus on the Family, here's his viewpoint on this subject. Dobson emphasizes that faith is caught more than taught. And it happens in relational, visible environments. You know, to create a community and a family, that means we have to be intertwined with each other. It's not when you take a fellowship break on Sunday and say, hey, how you doing? My name is so-and-so. Where are you from? No, this comes from within. When Paul says you knew me from a child, they knew his life. They knew his parents. They knew his siblings. Children learn values and benefits in the context of what? Relationships. The home is what? The primary incubator of faith. Wow. Very powerful. Dobson reinforces that faith development is a community process, not just a personal one. You know, if you're going to develop faith, it has to happen within community. It has to happen within relational bonds that are outside of the institutional building. Dr. Christian Smith, sociologist, author of Soul Searching, National Study for Youth and Religion. Here's what they came out with. Very powerful. Faith transmission is highly relational. It happens in families where religious beliefs are shaped, practiced, and modeled openly. Smith found that intergenerational relationships, consistent modeling, and community integration were key predictors of lifelong faith. So when Paul is standing there and he's like, man, I'm towards the end of my life, but let me tell you something. Since I was a child, I came up in this community, in this family, and they all know me. Wow, what a bold statement to say. When we're raising our families, we're raising them in community. Point number 2, Paul taught the church to live like family. In his epistles, Paul frequently uses family language. In Romans chapter 12, 1 Corinthians chapter 1, Philippians chapter 1, what does Paul say? Brothers and sisters. This is not some cliche. This is not some church language. It is the truth of what he believed and what God has called us to. In 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 2, speaking to Timothy, what does he say? My son in the faith. Here it is again, family language. In Romans chapter 8, verse 15, Galatians chapter 4, verse 6. What does he remind the church of? That God is our Father. And we are sons and daughters. He teaches the church to act like a household. In Galatians chapter 6, verse 10, watch what he writes. Let us do good to all people, especially to those who belong to what? The family of believers. We're not just a GPC group. We're not just members in an institution. We belong to the family of God. And Paul makes that clear in Galatians 6. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 19. You are no longer foreigners and strangers, but fellow citizens with God's people as what? Also members of his household. We are in the household of God. So when Paul is making his defense, he comes up in a community. Hey, we are brothers and sisters. This is God's intended purpose for us. This far supersedes our differences, and these are the people that want him dead. But he saw it as God sees it. God's household. Church isn't just a gathering. It's a spiritual household. We've got to act like it. That means commitment, care, and discipline and love are present in God's house. Point number 3, Paul lived the family life across cities and homes. Paul didn't just preach family, he modeled it. In Acts chapter 20, verse 20, he says, I have not hesitated to preach anything that would be helpful to you, but have taught you publicly and from what? House to house. It's nothing like being in the homes of one another. We can't just be around each other at church. Whenever we come together for Wednesday Bible study or when we come together for Sunday morning service, that cannot be the full scope of who we are. He said, yeah, I did that publicly, but I also did it house to house, being in each other's home. It's in there that the community is built. It's in there that the family relationships are built. It's in there that our kids see you as uncles and aunties and moms and dads and grandfathers and grandmothers and brothers and sisters and cousins and family. It's there in the trenches. And what happens? The world that we live in tries to push out time and energy that we can put in our relationship with one another. The world is telling us, no, go for the sports, go for the academics, go for all these extracurricular activities that squeeze out any kind of family connection with the community that shapes faith in the hearts of children. The world is being corrupted by the demonic forces of evil in the heavenly realms that are anti what Paul is saying here. You know, he traveled with his companions. We see that in Paul. We see in Romans chapter 16, that whole ending of Romans chapter 16, you see all those names. You tend not to want to read it, but it's powerful and compelling. He gives a host of names in Romans chapter 16 of friends, co-workers, and households. He calls them households, spiritual families. In Philippians chapter 1, verses 3 and 8, Paul speaks of the deep affection for the church. He says, I have you where? In my heart. That's who we need to be as moms and dads with one another in our relationships within our community. I have you in my heart. He traveled with many companions, Barnabas, Silas, Titus, Luke, Timothy, Priscilla, Aquila, and many more. They were not just co-workers, they were brothers and sisters, sons and daughters, mothers and fathers in the faith. Do you have companions in your faith journey? Who are the companions? Who are the family? Who does your family, your kids see as aunties and uncles and so forth? Are you building bonds that go beyond the Sunday service? Is your commitment to God relegated to just midweek and Sunday? Is that show, oh, I'm there? Or are you connected to the community that builds faith in the hearts of that next generation? My final point 4, building family is a God-given expectation. God expects this. God's first command was simple: be fruitful and multiply. With Adam and Eve, be fruitful and multiply. Building a family, that's just not physical, but that's spiritual. We want to build families of faith, build families, communities of faith, relationships that inspire faith. Jesus defined family as what? In Mark chapter 3, verse 35, whoever does God's will is my brother and sister and mother. He made that very clear, that those that are in the will of God are the families. In Christ, we're being built into a family that stretches across generations and even geography. Are you building family, or are you just attending church? Are you raising spiritual sons and daughters? Or are you just, collecting great acquaintances that you meet during the fellowship break or at the end of service? It's pretty simple. A life worth remembering. When Paul is standing there ready to give his defense before he dies, the first thing he comes out with is, hey man, we grew up together in community. You knew me since I was a child. Let this be said of you. The people around me knew how I lived from my youth until now. I live among them, with them, and for them, in the family of God. Thank you for taking the time to listen, and I pray these things fall on your heart and mind in a way that God will use that brings honor to his name. Thank you.
Thanks again for joining our live stream service. We have discussion questions located in the description for deeper reflection on today's sermon. If you're visiting with us and you want to get connected, you can visit our website at gpcc.org, click on the Contacts tab, and send us your information. And we will reach out and connect with you as soon as possible. We will end with one last song to end our live stream service. We are encouraged you joined us this morning, and we hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you.
I searched the